Hey guys, it's Diann with Bean Street Paper, and I just wanted to do a quick little video on how to make this card. I know I missed 10 Minute Tuesday this week, so this will be a little bit longer than a 10 Minute Tuesday video, but I wanted to talk about a couple things. We were traveling this week for my son's graduation. He had been attending high school in a different state, so I did not get my 10 Minute Tuesday video made. So we're going to talk about this little card. I want to talk about, everybody is so worried about matching their products. And Stampin' Up! Is a great company if you want to buy everything that totally matches. But if you're like me, I have tons of stuff in my stash. Tons and tons and tons and tons. Now, I did use a Stampin' Up! Stamp set for this one. But I want to show you, let me just move this card out of the way. This is the Stampin' Up! Stamp set that I use, Dragonfly Garden. But what I did was I went through my stash of stuff and I picked out, I have this cardstock, right? So it's 25 sheets of cardstock. It's kind of an orangey color. It's called Marmalade Blast. It's by Basil. And I got it at Tuesday morning and I thought, wow, why? I feel like using that today. So then I went through my vast assortment of papers and I picked this paper pad. Now, I don't remember what this paper pad was because I've obviously used some of it. But I went through and I just kind of thumbed through the paper till I found a paper that had a pattern that matched the color of that cardstock. And I don't know if there's another sheet in here. It doesn't appear that there is. Let me see. No. So this is the paper that I came up with. There was one sheet in there. Obviously, I've used all of it, so this is what's left. But if you notice, it has these little orange flowers that blend or match with the orange cardstock. So I was like, oh, awesome, cool. Then I went through my stamps and decided on my stamp set. So I kind of built or chose the products that I wanted to use and built the card that way. And then I went through my scrap bin and I had a piece of purple because I knew that I didn't want to make my dragonfly yellow, or orange, I'm sorry. But there was also purples in this card, this pattern paper. So I chose to do purple. Now, I don't know, when I pulled out all these products, instead of just cutting off a little piece of pattern paper, I'll make 4 cards, and then I'll put them at the coffee shop and people can purchase them. But so I'll probably make one of each sentiment. So I'll have a thank you card, I'll have a friendship card, an inspirational card, and then, you know, a best wishes card. So I already went ahead and pre-cut my pieces. So let's talk about that. Of course, you're going to need a card base. Again, you know, I always do A2 because A2, you get 2 card bases out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So your card base, when folded, will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, let me just burnish that real quick. Now, I'm going to set that aside because what I'm going to do is build my card on my base here. And as you can see, I've already stamped and punched my dragonflies. I've done 4 because I knew I was going to do 4 cards. It's kind of like assembly line card making. These squares are 1.5 by 1.5 inches. Now I don't have a punch for that, so I had to hand cut them. But what I needed to do was go through and make sure that at least one of the squares has an orange flower, because see, some of them don't. So I'll use those 3. This one has an orange flower. And I just kind of want to lay them out on my page. Some of them look like they might be directional, like the fern should go in a certain direction, you know? And what I'm going to do is use my Barely Art glue and just kind of glue those on. I'm going to start with the middle one because that's the one that I want to make sure kind of spaces out the other ones. And I'm just going to kind of put it literally right there in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to do my bottom one. And make sure I kind of space that. Guy's a little crooked. And then my top one. I know there's a lot of you know, some people love Stampin' Up, some people hate it. It is a great company, but you know, price-wise, this is not in the middle, you guys. I'm gonna have to kind of peel it off and finagle it a little bit. Probably gonna have to add more glue. Price-wise, some people can't afford it, so I say use what you got, you know? I mean, there's plenty of products out there that go with other products. Okay, now there's a little part right there that's kind of torn. Guess how I'm gonna fix that? I'm gonna put my dragonfly on top of that. Maybe I'll put this dragonfly this way. Maybe I'll put him here. I don't know. Let me stamp my sentiment first. I already did the thank you one, so I'm gonna do You're a True Friend this time. Couldn't find my block. Just gonna use my archival ink, Love Ranger archival ink. Not good for alcohol ink coloring. It smears. Okay, for a true friend. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mount this guy on my card base. Okay. I left a little bit of a bigger border on this one. You know, I normally like skinnier ones, but this orange paper's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm gonna take my dragonfly, and all I'm gonna do is put some Barely Art glue down the center because I want to be able to lift up his wings a little bit. And I am gonna make sure that I cover up that little spot there where I did a little tear because I had to adjust that. Now, take it one step further. You can add enamel dots. You can add rhinestones. That would take this up a notch and make it a little bit fancier. I am not going to do that. I'm going to leave these guys just like they are. And there you have it. It's a super quick, simple card design, and you can really make them any sentiment. You can make a birthday card, any pattern paper. It's great for using up scraps. So I have enough to make 2 more cards here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you guys go forth and be crafty, my friends. Have a great day.